Hello, everyone. Remember, this is part of the subathon, so keep those donations coming, keep those subscriptions coming. This is going to be a live match. We were going to pre-record this, but things happen, and StreamYard sometimes deletes matches, so we got to do this live. They're getting a rematch, Chris and Kevin. Usually, I wait to bring them on, and I forgot to do that, so let's just introduce them now. Introducing with a record of. I gotta pull up your records, guys. See, this is why I should have planned ahead of time. There we go.
Wow.
With a record of 0 wins and 1 defeat, but the first time that anyone else will see him compete because his match is, as I said, lost the test of time. We got Kevin, the philosopher Poss. Kevin, how you doing?
I'm doing really well. Glad to be here, and I'm excited. That I'm getting to get a little bit of an in-game snap. Get a little, maybe a little bit of a little bit of a rematch.
Redemption arc here.
Yeah, maybe some redemption on Chris. I don't know how much I have actually regained or gained knowledge-wise in the past couple of days since we played. But it was an excellent match the first time. I think it'll be an excellent match this time. Looking forward to it as always, Chris.
And of course, with a record of, you guys didn't see that second win, but he does have 2 wins and 2 defeats and 1 TKO because of that match. It is Sorcerer Chris Diaz. We got the Sorcerer versus the Philosopher. It's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone versus Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Whatever you want.
How topical.
Yeah, right? How you doing, Chris?
Doing good. I was kind of surprised by that, but I happy to fight Kevin again. Give it a match to remember here.
All right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wanted them to see you all compete. You basically got a free match against each other. That was a warm up, and now this is the real thing. But let's transition right into it. Why don't we? Let's get right into this trivia. And remember, guys, if you're in the chat, don't say the answers until after they've been revealed and ruled correctly or incorrectly. You can help out with challenges though if we ever come to them. Players will be asked 10 questions in the realm of the MCU. Players will have about 15 seconds to write down their answer. Players will reveal their written answers and speak them aloud. Each question is worth a point. Competitors, if they get all 10 right, they'll be asked an 11th bonus question. Players must keep their hands on screen at all times. You guys also have 3 time heists and 1 challenge to use should you need more time or just to hear the question again, whatever you need. You guys know the rules. All right, Kevin, are you ready?
I am ready.
And Chris, are you ready?
Yep.
And Kelsey?
Oh, let the marvelous movie match begin.
That's right. And the scores are going to be displayed like this because the original plan was to pre-record and then put the nice fun graphics, but instead I'm going to put the nice StreamYard graphics because StreamYard decided we weren't going to have a real match today. And as Daniel says, the answer always is Batman. Just
Batman.
So, moving on. Question 1 in the realm of Phase 1. Kelsey, why don't you take this one?
Okay, here's the first question. What is the name of Thor's mother who we meet in Thor?
Nice little question here to start us off. Oh, I literally have the score of the other match on this whiteboard behind me. I did not mean for anyone to see that if they did. The other match was pre-recorded because that's happening at 7 a.m. and Brian went out of town, so it's what it is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris, what do you got?
Freya?
That is incorrect. Freya is incorrect. Poss, what do you got?
Frigga.
Frigga or Frigga is correct.
Yeah.
I don't know how you pronounce it, but that is the correct spelling. So Chris will not get a point there. Poss is going to take an early 1-point lead as we go on to question 2. Question 2 in the realm of Phase 2. In Captain America, the Winter Soldier, where do Steve and Natasha discover that Dr. Arnim Zola's consciousness has been uploaded into a computer? We're looking for the location.
That'd be Dr. Arnim Zola. You tripped
Arnim.
up on that a little too.
I was going to say,
okay.
I've been staring at a computer screen for a while.
How specific you want this to be?
The name of the,
location.
The base. We're not looking for a state or a type of location. We're looking for, the name of the place they call it. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Poss, what do you got?
I'm probably in the same boat as Chris. I said Apple Store.
That is incorrect. And Chris.
That's the army bunker.
That is
That
incorrect.
way.
We were looking for Camp Lehigh. That's what they call it. Camp Lehigh.
Lehigh, New Jersey.
I would think you had a bit different location where it would not be. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Alrighty, here's your third question in the category of Phase 3. At the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, what does Rocket steal from the Sovereign after saving their planet from the Obelisk? I
We're not
didn't know
necessarily
that
looking
this
for
creature
specifics here,
had a
but-
name.
The Obelisk?
And
Hmm.
yeah,
No, JD would have not accepted New Jersey. We needed the specific Camp Lehigh.
how specific here.
This one does not have to be specific.
this
Five,
is not.
Thank God.
4, 2,
Mhm.
1. Chris, what do you got?
Their battery, pretty much.
That is correct, and he's on the board. Pops, what do you got?
I went with batteries. Annualized
Ooh, he went
batteries.
specific though. He went Anulax, but that
you
is
knew
correct.
the name of the batteries.
2-1. Very exciting. We love when we ask for the general and we get the specific. It shows that these guys are here to play. Moving on to question 4. This is me, right? Yes. In Phase 4. Phase 4 is the category. In Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, what shape is associated with America Chavez's powers? What shape? If you had to pick a shape, Kelsey, to associate with you and your powers, what would it be?
I think maybe like an infinity sign.
I like that.
I like the vibe of that because I
Is
like.
my Wi-Fi cutting out, Kels, or am I good?
You're doing good on my end, Dill.
All right, just making sure because I got a little symbol, so I wasn't sure. 5, 4,
Oh.
Repeat.
3. Repeat. So that is Chris's first repeat in Phase 4. In Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, what shape is associated with America Chavez's powers? Sorry, Kelsey, I was dealing with the Wi-Fi shape. What did you say would be your shape?
I said an infinity symbol. You know,
Mine
like
would be the Wi-Fi symbol because that gives me the most anxiety. in my day. 5, 4,
that's pretty good.
2, 1. Kevin, what do you got?
I'm gonna stick with it. Star.
That is correct. Diaz.
Oh, I had circle. Nope.
All right, so Kevin taking a 2-point lead now over Chris. A star was what we were looking for. America Chavez is a star.
Yeah.
Kelsey, question 5.
All right, question number 5. In the realm of the Avengers, who directed Avengers: Age of Ultron?
Director
Short and
question.
simple.
That's fun. I'm not going to ask my follow-up question. That would probably give it away, so I will not. I was going to ask you your thoughts on this director, but I don't want to give that away.
You know, Dill, that's another discussion for another time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris, what do you got?
I used to like it, but now I hate him and Josh Whedon.
That is correct. And Kevin.
That's actually Joss Whedon. Joss.
Oh, what did Chris say?
Josh.
I said Josh.
Oh, Chris said Josh. Unfortunately, that is incorrect. So actually, that is going to be a point for Kevin. We were looking for Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon. Thank you for catching that, Kevin. That was my bad. So Kevin now takes a
An
3-point
annoying
lead.
name.
Moving on to question 6. Quotes is your category. Quotes. In Spider-Man No Way Home, who tells Peter, with great power comes great responsibility? This is one of those questions that seems easy, but if we were in general Marvel, not just MCU, there's a lot more options.
Right.
But who knows? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're back to Kevin. What do you got?
I said Peter Parker.
That is incorrect. And Chris, what do you got?
Probably most saddest scene in the movie, Aunt May.
That is correct. Aunt May tells Peter, with great power comes great responsibility. So Chris gaining on Kevin. Kevin still has a 2-point lead. Moving on to question 7. Kelsey, take it away.
Not sure.
Question 7. Your category is villains. Played by Ben Kingsley, what is the name of the fake terrorists Aldrich Killian creates to incite fear in Iron Man 3?
We're looking for the title, not his character name, not his actual name. If that makes sense. Great question. You know how I love this character, Kelsey.
We love this villain here at Marvelous Movie Mondays. Big fan of his work.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris, what do you got?
The Mandarin. I think
That is correct. And Kevin.
The Mandarin.
That is correct.
Nice.
5-3 is the score. Moving on to question 8 in the realm of Spider-Man. In Spider-Man No Way Home, on what famous landmark in New York City does the final battle take place between the 3 Peters and the 5 villains? If I ever had a pub name, Kels, I'd name it the 3 Peters.
The 3 Peters. Well, that was our what was our name when we did the pub trivia?
When we did bar trivia, we were Peter 1, Peter 2, and Peter 3. We were just simple.
That was iconic. That was such a good
4,
name.
3, 2, 1. Kevin, what do you got?
Statue of Liberty.
That is correct. And Chris?
the Statue of Liberty.
That is also correct. So
Nice.
we're taking the scores up 6-4. Moving on to question 9, Kels.
Question number 9. Your category is Disney Plus. In which Disney Plus show can you find the character of, The Watcher, voiced by Jeffrey Wright?
Jeffrey Wright, excellent in The Batman. Did you see The Batman, Kels?
I did see The Batman. I was a little hungover when I was watching The Batman, so I was like half in a hungover fog, half really watching.
2. That's fair. 1. Pens down. Chris, what do you got?
What if?
That is correct. And Kevin?
What if?
That is correct. And with all the
Nice.
correct punctuation, see that as well. 7-5 as we go on to the final question here in actors and actresses. In what Phase 3 film does Sylvester Stallone make an appearance as Stakar Ogord in?
Writing
pronounce that
before you even finished asking the question, Dill. And I thought that this one was going to be a thinker for
Oh, yeah.
our 2 competitors.
Hey, these guys are good. These guys are real good. And 5, 4. They know their shit. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Kevin.
Captain Marvel.
That is incorrect. Chris, what do you got?
Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 2.
That is correct.
That is
Guardians of
correct.
the Galaxy Volume 2 is
Nice.
correct. So Chris gaining another point on Kevin, but Kevin is having the lead going into the wheel round. A very impressive 7 on the board. And Chris getting an also very impressive 6. So we move on to the next round, which is the wheel round. In the wheel round, each player will spin the wheel to determine a category. You're allowed to respin, but you must take whatever the wheel lands on if you do spin again. I am Iron Man as spinner's choice. I'm Inevitable as opponent's choice. There will be 5 questions asked, and each one you'll have 15 seconds to answer. They are worth 2 points, but if you want to check down a multiple choice, they are worth 1 point. Other competitor can steal. If the other one gets it wrong, you must keep your hands on the screen at all times. And remember, Chris, you still have 2 repeats left. Kevin, you have 3, and you both still have your Mjolnirs. So here we are, the giant, beautiful wheel. Kevin, you're in the lead this time. Would you like to spin first or let Chris go first?
I'm going to spin first.
All right, Kevin, going first this time. Let's see what he gets. And is it going to hit it? Is it going to hit it? Is it going to make it? Yes, it does.
I am Iron Man.
Which means Kevin
Wow.
is of the wheel categories. We have phases 1 through 4. We have Disney Plus. We have villains. We have aliens, androids, and wizards. We have scores and soundtracks. We have quotes, and we have actors and actresses. Which one would you like?
Let's go with phase 1.
Phase 1, going all the way back
Try.
to the OGs. Kelsey, would you like to ask these questions, or would you like to answer?
Let me look at these questions.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll ask the questions in phase
All right,
1.
cool,
Why not?
cool. All right, Kelsey's going to ask the questions in phase 1 to Kevin. All right, Kevin, you ready?
Okay.
Yep.
Here's your first question.
Yep.
What type of pet does Whiplash have in Iron Man 2?
A bird.
That is correct. We love
Yes.
the accent on it, too. Taking this total to 9, 6-9.
Question number 2. Who directed Thor?
Kenneth Branagh.
Another
That is
impressive
also correct.
goal. There are 2 points for Kevin.
Oh, okay. This is question number 3 for you, Kevin.
Okay.
When posing as Natalie Rushman, Natasha Romanoff states that she works as a model in which Asian country?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, China, B, India, C, Japan, or D, Thailand?
D, Thailand.
That is incorrect.
Incorrect.
I'm
So
going to
we're gonna do the
repeat
whole
the question and the options for Chris. When posing as Natalie Rushman, Natasha Romanoff states that she works as a model in which Asian country? A, China, B, India, C, Japan, or D, Thailand?
Japan.
For a 1
That
point
is
steal,
correct.
that is correct. Japan is the one we were looking for. 2 questions left in the realm of phase 1.
Question number 4. In what country does Red Skull find the Tesseract in Captain America: The First Avenger?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Ireland, B, Germany, C, Sweden, or D, Norway?
Norway.
That is
Impressive.
correct.
1 point. Navigating that multiple choice question very well as we go into our final question.
And question number 5. In how many Phase 1 films does Robert Downey Jr. appear as Tony Stark?
Or
That is correct.
That is correct.
Impressive round for Kevin, doing very well with phase 1. The ones we were looking for: Iron Man 2, The Incredible Hulk, and The Avengers. So now we are moving on to Chris's wheel spin. Sorry, Chris, you're blocked by the score there, but we know you're down there, I promise. Very impressive. And wow, the battle of the spinner's choice. Chris, you are also going to get your pick at the wheel. I don't think this is
Wow.
Cool.
This is
Chris,
a MMM first.
A quote.
Quotes. All right. So quotes is going to be Chris's category here as I ask him the questions. Ooh la la. Can't wait for this. All right. Quotes. If I can find it. There we go. All right. This is just making sure, Kelsey. These aren't the ones they've already answered, right? Or were these the ones that the other two
Is
had?
this from the
Okay, Chris, I'm going to ask you the first question, and you let me know if you've heard this question before, just because we have done a little shuffling with the documents. It's okay if you had. After assuming he has all the Infinity Stones, what does Thanos say?
We've done it.
Yeah, we heard
Okay, Chris, out of fairness, I'm going to need you to pick a different category. I'm so sorry. We just don't have the questions right now for quotes. We were supposed to do a revamp of the doc, and that was an oversight on my part. So, Chris, I'm going to need you to pick another one, if that's okay with you.
Can I look at the wheel?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. With scheduling and shuffling things around, we had enough for 2 matches, and that was one of the ones you guys spun earlier. I'm so sorry.
Between 2. Villains.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for bearing with us. And it's still a close match, so I don't think that'll have too much to do with it. All right, villains. Sorry about that, Chris. All right, here's your question in villains. What is the name of Odin's firstborn who comes to conquer Asgard in Thor Ragnarok?
Lofty.
That is incorrect. Moving on to Kevin for the steal. What is the name of Odin's firstborn who comes to conquer Asgard in Thor Ragnarok?
Hela.
That is correct. Odin's firstborn is Hela. Yeah. So Kevin is taking 2 more points there, taking the total of 16. It's okay. Chris, moving on to question 2. During what holiday does Tony Stark meet Aldrich Killian the mastermind behind the Mandarin in Iron Man 3?
New Year's Eve.
That is correct. Bouncing back and getting 2 points to narrow the gap again. Moving on
Good
to
job.
question 3. In Spider-Man No Way Home, who is the first villain Tom Holland's Peter Parker meets who isn't from his own universe?
Dr. Octavius or Doc Ock.
That is correct for 2 more points, taking
Nice.
your total to 11 as you narrow that gap even more. 2 more questions left. 4th question. In Avengers Age of Ultron, which Infinity Stone does Ultron reveal is inside Loki's scepter from the Avengers?
The Mind Stone.
That is correct for 2 points.
Nice.
That was a confusing question for me. So good job, Chris. And we're moving on to question 5. Because you wrote it badly, Kelsey, just because I couldn't think of which stone was in it.
Oh,
No, I was trying to tell you I was not criticizing the question writing. I was criticizing the difficulty in my own.
you cut out right as you said that though, so all I heard was like, "You wrote it badly, Kelsey," and I was like, "Oh my god,
No,
Jill,
that is not
on
what I meant.
live,
No,
on the
no.
live subathon, we're gonna do this."
Moving on to question 5, Chris, to narrow it down to 1 point with Kevin. What is the name of the Hydra scientist who assists Johann Schmidt, aka Red Skull, in Captain America: The First Avenger?
Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Dr. Klein, B, Dr. Zola, C, Dr. Broussard, or D, Dr. Selvig?
Dr. Zola.
That is correct for 1 point. Very nice. round.
Arnhem Zola.
You got the first name as well.
Question did. I thought I counted 4 in my head of the question we just asked. Wait, we're going
No, that's 5.
Hella, New Year's Eve, Doc Ock, Mind Stone,
Yeah.
Dr.
Oh
Zola.
yeah. Yeah,
So now
sorry.
we are moving on to the 3rd round. Again, guys, you guys are killing it. Very close match. We love to see it. Moving on to round 3. How round 3 will work. Players will choose 3 numbers at random out of 15, which will correlate to 3 predetermined categories. First question will be worth 2 points, which is mild difficulty. The second question will be worth medium difficulty. And the third question will be worth 5 difficulty. 5 points, which is hard difficulty. Sorry, I was multitasking while I was doing that reading. Player with the most points at the end wins. Chris, you still have 2 repeats left. And Poss, you have 3 repeats left as we move on to the final round. All right, so Poss, you're in the lead. So you get to pick your 3 numbers first from 1 to 15. What would you like?
I'm going to go with number 6, 9, and 11.
6, 9, 11. 11, my lucky number. Great. And Chris, what are your 3 numbers?
5, 2, and 1.
5, 2, and 1. All right, sounds good. So we're going to start with you, Chris, and let's see if you can tie it up here. Your question 5 is in also your wheel category, which is villains. Villains. All right. I'm going to give you a little bit more time to think for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Across all 4 phases of the MCU, including TV shows, which Marvel villain had the longest gap between their first appearance to their latest appearance? Which requires a little math, so.
This is quite a 2-pointer.
It did Red Skull.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Abomination, who was in the second MCU
Oh.
film, Incredible Hulk, and was in the most
Sorry.
recent series, She-Hulk.
Yeah.
So now we're moving on to your 3-pointer, Chris, in the realm of aliens, androids, and wizards.
Thanks.
Who takes the title of Sorcerer Supreme following the blip, as revealed in Spider-Man No Way Home?
Wong.
That is correct, and he will bounce it back to Kevin to answer some questions there. So we are at 17-16. Kevin will have to answer his 2-pointer, Kelsey, in the realm of his wheel round, which is phase 1. So Kelsey, whenever you're ready, phase 1.
All right. Here's the 2-pointer in phase 1. Who is Steve Rogers' best friend?
Bucky Barnes.
We'll take that.
That
That counts.
is correct.
So that goes back now to Chris, who will have to hit his 5-pointer to keep it alive and to send it back over to Kevin. Chris, your 5-pointer is going to be in the most recent phase of phase 4. Phase 4. All right, question 1. Or category 1, phase 1. Phase 4. 5 points. What is the name of the hidden village Shang's mother is from in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings?
Repeat.
All right, that's your second repeat. You have one more left. What is the name of the hidden village Shang's mother is from in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings?
Repeat.
All right, that is your final repeat. So this will be the last time I ask this question. What is the name of the hidden village Shang's mother is from in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings?
Congratulations, Kevin Kumar Khan.
And your winner, Kevin, the Philosopher Poss, with a score of 18-17. The correct answer we were looking for was Ta-Lo. Ta-Lo. So, guys, that was a really impressive match. I mean, the final score 18-17. Obviously, Chris, I do apologize about the wheel round quotes not being available because you had already answered those questions, but you did navigate your villains questions super well. Kevin, really strong round 1. Definitely an improvement over the match that we didn't even get to see. But in the first match, Chris went perfect in round 1 and technical knockout Kevin, and now Kevin led in round 1 and took the narrow victory over Chris. So you both got victories over one another. So
there you go.
I think that's as poetic as you can get. But Kevin, how are you feeling having won this match?
It feels great. I mean, like anytime I can get a win, it feels good. But yeah, great match, Chris. You know, that was a really tough 5. I couldn't have pulled it for sure. I haven't seen Shang-Chi enough. But great film. I need to watch it more often. But yeah, the wheel fell into my wheelhouse. No pun intended today. And, you know, getting those phase 1 questions, you know, I'm on a rewatch and phase 1 is fresh in my head. So I needed that. And coming off of a really good round 1, I actually thought I had that Sylvester Stallone question. I don't know why I thought it was Captain Marvel, but whatever. Yeah. But anyway, 7 points is good for me in round 1. So anytime I can bank on that, like I can just like keep the ball rolling and not have to answer as many questions as possible in round 3. So.
And Chris, I know today wasn't your day, but I wish they had seen that other match because you crushed that first round. You went perfect in round 1, so you do have a perfect match to your name, and you did beat Kevin via TKO. That will never be taken away from your record. That is so strong, and that keeps you in the conversation for one of the best in the records when we look at our leaderboard. How do you feel about today? I know it didn't go your way. I know we had that little mishap with quotes, but you did have no problem with that villains category. That 2-pointer was a little bit trickier than some of our other 2s, but it's kind of one of those
I always forget like the long period between Abomination.
Yeah, for sure. But how do you feel though, all those things aside, how do you feel you did today? Because I was very impressed by your showing, both matches, but you know.
Yeah. I think the change team was tricky because we remember reading the thing, we had the map laid out and he talked about it, just couldn't remember which one it was. Like and because I love Shang-Chi, probably it's still either my first or second favorite from phase 4. Like, and it's legit. The Red Skull Abomination thing is tricky because I always do like think in my head, you know, from Captain America all the way to Infinity War that time gap. Like,
yeah, for sure.
And I keep forgetting about the Disney Plus show sometimes because
for sure. But Chris, you are still one of the most fair competitors in the league, and you are one of the kindest as well. I just want to ask you, because I know you shouted out someone on your last match, but they will not get to see your shout out. So I would love to hear now who you would like to challenge in the future, and if you can reiterate who you would like to challenge, or maybe it's changed, maybe you've given it more thought.
Yeah. All right. Sorry about that. We have a party around my house.
Tell them to subscribe.
Yeah. I think Brian, I want rematch. Like that, one of my matches that I was close between me and him, and speaking of one later on tonight on Chad, I really did Chad Ryan. I like, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this, Chris, because Brian's match didn't get to air, his match, your victory didn't get to air, and because of the quotes mishap here, and just given all the circumstances of this weird subathon, all the matches going missing, I will make you and Brian's match happen next month. I want you guys to get a match right away. So we are going to have the little trifecta with JD, Stacy, and Malcolm, but I will also give you and Brian a match because I feel like you guys have earned that right to get another match and a rematch because you guys had such a great first match. That's still my favorite match you've ever had.
That's because now 2 and 3, I'm getting close. So
yeah.
That's right. And Kevin, anyone you want to take on in this league? I know Chad's a very popular name. Would you like to also shout
he
him out?
is. Yeah, of course I would love to take on Chad. Chad is a good friend of mine, so I definitely would love to take him on, especially in MCU verse. So just to try to see like where we line up as far as knowledge, but. There's also Jay Burns. I think he could probably stomp me, but I would still like to see where I line up against him especially once I get my full rewatch done. So,
right,
just throwing that up.
I love Jay. I do. I didn't mention him because that is something I've had to pay off getting a bunch more wins before I face Jay.
A lot of good matches coming up.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Tato. No one wants Tato. Just wait till you see Tato's match.
Tato, I love you, but
Tato is on a roll. If you want any of that, go ahead.
Yeah, Tato's in a roll in a lot of other leagues. Let's see how he does in our league. His first match with Brian, as I said, got deleted to the test of time. So he's going to be playing Chad tomorrow morning. So we'll see how that goes. And Chad will get that match, and then who sees who Chad will challenge. We'll see. We'll find out. But it is always a pleasure to have you guys. I'm so glad they actually got to see a match between you two. I'm glad we didn't have to. The original plan was for me to just come on here and say what the questions were and who got what right, and that would have been boring for everyone. So it was really great, and thank you guys. As JD says, also good match, guys. Yeah, this was such a great match, and some tough questions that you guys hit, and we're very impressed. So thank you guys so much. You're welcome to stick around and keep watching. I'm just gonna keep the subathon going, but it was always a pleasure having you guys. If you want to plug anything, please do so in the comments to everyone watching because we really want to see what you guys are up to. All right, thank you guys. Hey guys, we're back. Kelsey is taking a picture of me. Yes, because I texted her and I was like, Kelsey, I want you to take a picture of me right before we go on air. 7 a.m. in the morning. We're doing this. So we're back to our second trivia match, second Marvel trivia match of the subathon. First one, Kevin and Chris. Then the second one, supposed to be Brian and Jake Tato, but some behind the scenes stuff, as I have mentioned before, because I did explain it earlier. StreamYard, the two matches disappeared. So we needed Kevin and Chris to re-record theirs, and then we were going to have Brian and Tato re-record theirs. But Brian was not available. So we had a last-minute audible, and one of our hosts of the channel was able to come early and actually help us out and record this match on very short notice. So I'm very grateful for him to fill in, and Jake to come back and face off against another competitor because he just came off, spoiler alert, a win. He beat Brian. He got a perfect round in that match, and it's a shame no one's going to see that match. But I do want to bring it to everyone's awareness because it will still be in his record. Jake still has a 1-0 record because he did earn a victory. Just y'all will never see it, but we wanted you to see Jake.
The footage is lost forever.
Yeah, that's why we're having. Yeah, I feel like that old Best Picture nominee from the 20s. It's just lost forever. We'll never watch it, which will also make our competitor Chad very sad because we do a Best Picture show, and I don't know what we're gonna do when we get to that movie. But let's bring them out. Like I said, there's a surprise competitor, but I kind of spoiled it already who it's going to be. But we'll bring him out with a record of 0 wins and 3 defeats. We have, and one knockout. He's the odd case scenario where he has a knockout despite not winning because he was in a triple threat match where he did knock out someone but still lost. It's the coolest record, I would say, in the MCU. It is Chad, I can do this all day. Webb, Chad, thank you so much for being such a last-minute replacement. I know we've seen you on the subathon already, but it's always a pleasure to see you competing in Marvel Trivia. How you doing?
Yeah, doing great. Yeah, I mean, at least you can say mine's a unique record if it's not a very good one. And I promise, just because me and one of the hosts are both Captain America stans, that will not factor into any. There's no shenanigans going on here.
We'll
that being said, I'm very excited for Tato, and I've just been saying this everywhere in like trivia spaces on the internet that I can get into, is that this dude, he used to not be that great. And, you know, he even
Oh my
had like,
God.
listen, I'm just saying, this is me actually prepping him up.
He's giving a
because
thumbs up
Fighting
in the background.
words
So
already?
he agrees.
Trash talk? Is that what I hear?
No. I'm saying he used to have kind of a reputation of just not being the best. And then something snapped, almost like a Thanos snap, where he's just a different person now. He beat me in a Ted Lasso match, and he was
Whoa.
handily the best player in that match. And then when he beat me in a geek match, a teams geek match, he just like dominated the MCU questions. And so I'm afraid. I've never won one of these. I don't think I can beat Tato, but I'm excited because I love Tato, and you know, he bleeds that good potato blood, and I'm very excited to see what happens here. Let's see if I can hold my own.
We're always happy to have you, Chad.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for joining us.
Especially given the circumstances. StreamYard, I'll never forgive you, even though I'm using you for my 24-hour subathon. So thank you, StreamYard. Yes, a 7 a.m. White Claw. We love it.
White Claw.
Also introducing, he is a new face to all of you watching, but Kelsey and I have watched him compete in a match. So technically, we are giving him that win. He did win a match. You just will never see it. With a record of 1 win and 0 defeats, it is Jake Tato. Jake, how are you doing? Good to see you again. For everyone else, it's the first time seeing you, but well, on this channel, but we've seen you other places. How are you feeling going into the second match, considering the first one was just kind of like a free 1 win for your record, and now you get to actually compete again?
I have potato blood in my veins. My life is potato. Though I do feel like Chad is taken away from the Tato magic. I think that's his strat. He's trying to suck away the mysticism of the crap player doing good, and it's throwing me off a bit. I got to be honest.
All right.
Wow.
Maybe I'm living in your head this time.
Well, because we are in live StreamYard subathon territory, I'm going to actually have a scorecard on the bottom, so you guys will be able to actually see your scores as we go. So it's going to look something like that, and your scores I'll put next to it. Actually, let me.
That's if we got married. That's what would happen.
Yes.
Tato Webb.
Yeah.
Sorry, Carrie.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Actually, let me put like even a little bar in the middle. See, we love improvising live.
Or maybe I'd be Chad Tato. I don't know. We'll see.
Chad Tato,
This is
maybe.
so fun.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So there we go. The score will be displayed there after every question. So if we go a little slower, it's because I'm doing that. All right, let's get to round 1. You both have competed in this before, but if you're watching this for the first time, here are how the rules work. Players will be asked 10 questions in the realm of the MCU. Players will have about 15 seconds to write down their answer. Players will reveal their written answers and speak them aloud. Each question is worth a point. Competitor gets all 10 questions right, they'll be asked an 11th bonus question. It has happened before. Players must keep their hands on screen at all times. Players have 3 time heists. If they want to buy more time, ask for a question again. Whatever they want to do. If they want to hear us speak again, just because they love our voices, they can do that too. 1 Mjolnir. If you feel like something has been ruled unfairly or asked unfairly or ruled incorrectly, you can throw a challenge in the ring and we will examine it and look further into it, which will be fun because everyone will be able to see behind the scenes into challenges, which we don't usually show. Power of being live. All right, so I'll ask you, Tato, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
And Chad, are you ready?
I can do this all day.
And Kelsey,
Nice.
give us the tagline.
Oh, let the marvelous movie match begin.
That's right. And we're going to begin with question 1 in phase 1. I will begin this one. When the Red Skull discovers the Tesseract in the church in Captain America the First Avenger, what Spielberg film does he reference? This could be a fun one. Maybe some context clues.
Spielberg.
Are you a Spielberg fan, Kels?
You know, I can't say that I am because I don't think I've seen enough of his movies to.
I think you probably have. You just didn't realize they were made by him.
Yeah,
It's probably one of those
maybe,
scenarios.
probably.
He's made a lot.
I think I confuse him a lot with James
5,
Cameron, I'll be honest.
4, 3, both visionaries. 2, 1, and pens down. Tato, what do you got?
Schindler's List.
That is incorrect. That was a good guess, though. Chad, what is your
I
guess?
said Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
You were so close. We were looking for Raiders of the Lost
I
Ark.
almost went that one.
Yep.
And then
Yeah,
I-
treasure hunt.
Wow.
But you were on the realm with Nazis, Tato, too. So like
Yeah, I
you're
like
very
the
close in
method
ballpark.
behind that
Yes,
answer.
very, very good guesses. But those would have been multiple choice options, but those are incorrect. So we're still looking at 0-0. It is okay. Oh, yeah, of course. I just said I was going to put it up there, and I didn't. There's the score. Kelsey, question 2.
Question number 2. In the realm of Phase 2, which Phase 2 film centers around the Reality Stone, otherwise known as the Ether?
Ether. You like this movie, Kels? I actually, maybe that'll be a spoiler if you say yes.
It kind of is.
You know, I
I'll
can't
take
say
your
no.
silence. I'll take your
I
silence.
can't
as a
say.
no. 3, 2, 1.
It's too early to
Hands
say.
down. Chad, what do you got?
I said Thor: The Dark World.
That is correct. And Tato.
Answer is no. Thor: The Dark World.
That is correct. 1-1. I will ask the question and then I'll update the score. That's how it'll work, just because I realize I can't do both at the same time. But it is 1-1. Question 3. In the realm of Phase 3, what is the name of the microscopic universe Ant-Man travels to when he goes subatomic? This kind of exceeds Phase 3 at this point, but it is first introduced in Phase 3, so that's how we're going to rule that one. A good timely question, I'd say. During there's a new Ant-Man movie out that may or may not deal with this. Who knows?
Who knows? Who's
And
really to say?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jake, what do you got?
The quantum realm.
That is correct. And Chad.
Ooh, I said the Quantum Zone.
That is incorrect. So Jake takes the 1-point lead. The quantum realm is
You
correct.
sure it's never called Quantum Zone anywhere?
You're welcome to challenge it. We can look it up.
If I can look it up.
No, I mean, we can both look it up.
Yeah, sure, I'll challenge.
Sure, cool. All right, so Chad is going to challenge. Let me just put that up on the thing. I love the liveness of it. I get to do everything manually. There we go. So we got a challenge here. We're going to look it up and see while Jake takes a smoke and I take a break to look at the quantum zone, because it could very well be called the quantum zone. Kelsey.
Oh,
Riff.
yes. Oh, other zones I really like. Chalk Zone.
Okay.
You ever watch Chalk Zone?
I'm
From
with you.
Chalk Zone.
I remember the episode where they did Rapunzel. That was fun.
That's a classic from back in the day.
Danger Zone, obviously the most classic of all zones.
Get in the zone, Auto Zone.
Green Hill Zone, Emerald Hill Zone, classic Sonic stages.
Naming zone after zone, Jake. You got zones right at the forefront on your mind.
The Cal zones are fantastic.
The end zone. Oh, the cow zone.
So what I'm finding about the quantum zone, because that is something referenced in the Marvel comics, it says it is the realm of potential energy from which all actual energy in the Marvel universe derives. Quantum bands draw energy from the quantum zone. So here's my thing is, I think quantum was like the key word there, Kels. So I feel like because Chad got quantum, I think that should be accepted. What do you think? Or do you think it had to be specifically realm?
I don't
I will say
I don't think it's ever called the zone in the films.
Yeah, I'm not able to find anything about the zone in the films, but it looks like it's a similar idea in terms of quantum energy. I just don't know. What do you think?
I will say that the last people that we asked these questions to, one of them said the quantum something and it wasn't realm, and we marked that as wrong before.
Gotcha. Yeah, this one's a tricky one. I'm thinking with quantum though in the title, I feel like quantum is like really the keyword we were looking for. Because we asked for what is the name of the microscopic universe, so you could have just said the quantum universe even too. Like I feel like quantum could count.
Do you want to just ask a new question?
Would you guys be down for that? A new phase 3
I
question?
would, sure.
Cool. All right. So let's go, Kelsey.
Quesadilla.
Yeah, let's go to phase 3 question here down phase 3 2-pointer in the last round, and we'll just make sure that we have a replacement when we get there for that. So we're going to go back to a score of 1-1 as we ask you a replacement question in phase 3. Was this my question, Kelsey? Task? Where's yours?
No, you're
mine,
asking
right?
this
Question.
question.
All right. All right. Phase 3, your ask again question. It was a good fair ruling of that challenge. Nice job, Kel. So, Chad, you will keep your challenge.
I do what I can.
Who did Cap give his shield to at the end of Avengers Endgame? Who did Cap give his shield to?
AKA Joe Biden.
He does look very much like
he
Joe Biden.
looks a lot like Joe Biden at the end of Endgame.
It is uncanny. 5.
Even
4,
sounds like him too.
3. True. 2, 1. All right, going back to Tato. What do you got?
Sam Wilson.
That is correct. And Chad.
Yeah, I said Sam Wilson, aka Falcon.
That is correct, and he immediately gives it back. Moving on to question 4. Kelsey, take it away.
Sure. Let me just get there. I was still down at the bottom of the dock. Okay, question 4. In the realm of phase 4, which Spider-Man villain can be found in the post-credit scene of Spider-Man No Way Home, getting drinks at a tropical bar?
And I already replaced the phase 3 question with the easiest 2-pointer I could think of for that round.
Wow, that's incredible, Dill. You're like Speedy Gonzalez over here.
And 5, 4,
that
3, 2.
That's one of our actors and actresses questions.
Oh, sorry.
It's
right,
okay.
we'll figure it out. Chad, what do you got?
I'll do it. Don't worry.
I said Venom.
That is correct. And Tato.
Venom, Eddie Brock.
That is correct. We would have accepted either or. Moving on to question 5. Question 5 in the realm of the Avengers. The Avengers. The question is, which Avenger cuts off Thanos' head at the start of Avengers Endgame? Quite a gruesome moment, but an iconic one, I'd say.
Yeah, who doesn't like a good decapitation, Dill?
It's true. I mean, have you
It's
seen
7
Hereditary?
a.m. Let's talk about it.
It is. Have you
Let's
seen
talk
Hereditary,
about
Kelsey?
decapitation.
5. I know Chad's seen Hereditary. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tato, what do you got?
Thor.
Thor is correct. And Chad?
Thor.
He went for the head. That is correct. And we are tied up again, 4-4. Moving on to question 6. Kelsey, take it away.
Question number 6. The category is quotes. Quotes. Which character's first line in the MCU is, "When I'm king, I'll hunt the monsters down and slay them all"?
It was a good delivery, Kels.
Thank you. I was really trying hard not to say monsters like I did the last time.
Yes.
We,
yes. Last time
did
we
this.
recorded this with another pair of gentlemen, the match that will never be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said monsters, and I thought of Rob Zombie's new film and how funny it would be when this character slayed all the monsters. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the
1.
question.
Repeat. That is Tato's first repeat. Kelsey, take it away.
Here we go. Which character's first line in the MCU is, "When I'm king, I'll hunt the monsters down and slay them all"?
You
See,
did it.
now I
You said
overthought
it.
it.
You said
And I
monsters.
said monsters instead of monsters.
It's okay.
You know what?
Kelsey
I'm
just
just
has
going
a
to say it
vendetta
again.
against
I'll
the
say it again for just good measure. Which character's first line in the MCU is, "When I'm king, I'll hunt the monsters down and slay them all"? See, you got a freebie because I fucked up.
That's delivery.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Tato. No, sorry. Chad, what do you got?
I thought it might be Thor again.
You didn't fall for the trick. That is correct. It is Thor. Tato, what do you got?
Thor Odin's son.
That is correct. And the last name. So we've got now a tie game still, but take your totals to 5. All right, moving on now to question 7 in the realm of villains. Villains. In what Disney Plus series does Jonathan Majors first appear in the MCU as He Who Remains? another timely question. Jonathan Majors playing a pretty prominent character in the new MCU film.
And we just did that review earlier in the subathon, Dill. What
Yes,
a
we
review
did.
that was.
What a review that was. And Jonathan Majors, what a performer he is. Fantastic.
Indeed.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tato, what do you got?
Loki.
That is correct. And Chad?
Loki.
That is correct. Loki is correct. And we take the total to 6. And moving on to question 8. Kelsey, whenever you're ready.
Question number 8. The category is Spider-Man. Which actor plays the self-designated Peter 3 in Spider-Man No Way Home?
This is kind of like a multiple choice question.
Peter
We're not giving you
3?
the options, but you kind of
But
narrowed it down. You know,
You can narrow it down quite easily.
Yes, you can.
It's 7 a.m. I'm getting silly. I'm in a silly, goofy mood.
Me too.
Let's
It's
get
fine.
crazy here on MMM, huh?
Sounds good to me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Chad, what do you got?
Peter 3, Andrew Garfield.
That is correct. And Tato.
Garfield.
That is correct. Andrew Garfield.
Nice.
Taking those totals to
I
7.
love that line.
Peter 3. Moving on to question 9. Question 9 in the realm of Disney Plus. In what Disney Plus series will you find the characters of Monica Rambeau, Agatha Harkness, and Ralph Boner? Kelsey's favorite
Boner.
MCU character.
Obviously, my
Really?
favorite MC. Yeah. You know,
Kelsey
Okay.
raves
definitely
about how
wasn't
much
a
she loves
waste
this
of my
character.
time. I thoroughly
Total
loved
payoff,
the plot
loved it.
twist.
5,
Oh, and the
4,
double entendre in his
3,
name.
2. I sent some sarcasm
Loved
there,
it.
Kels. 1 and pens down. Tato, what do you got?
WandaVision.
That is correct. And Chad.
WandaVision.
WandaVision.
That is correct. I like the musical answers. And moving on to our final question in actors and actresses is your category. Actors and actresses. Kelsey, take it away.
And here we go. Who plays Sean's friend Katie in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings? A very funny lady, if you ask me.
Spoiler.
No.
Nobody did,
spelling does
so
not
maybe I should have kept it to myself.
Spelling does not count, but if you get the spelling right, I'll be proud of you. 'Cause I always F it up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Chad, what do you got?
Aquafina.
And he got
Not
the
to be
spelling
confused
right. That's
with the
correct.
water bottle.
That's what I was thinking. And Tato, what do you got?
Aquafina.
That is correct. And a solid round 1 for both these competitors. 9 points apiece, only missing that first
Wow.
question and having probably the best educated guesses of all with Schindler's List and Last Crusade.
I almost went Raiders.
Super impressive round 2s. Now we are moving on to the wheel round. How the wheel round works. You will spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, that is what your category will be. Of course, you can always spin again, but if you do spin again, you have to take whatever it lands on. Now, if you land on I Am Inevitable, it is opponent choice. I Am Iron Man is spinner's choice, and questions are worth 2 points apiece. Competitor can check down a multiple choice, which is 1 point, and you are welcome to steal if your opponent gets it wrong. And I have to keep rambling because I need to find the wheel. There it is. And now I'm going to share the screen. Give me a moment. I really should plan these out ahead of time. All right. So, Jake, because you are technically the higher ranked competitor, because you have no defeats, you get the choice if you would like to spin first or spin second on this lovely wheel.
I shall defer, please.
All right, so Chad is going to get the first spin. Chad has had some pretty solid wheel rounds, especially in some hard categories. So let's see. And we got phase 2. Phase 2. Chad, would you like to take phase 2 or spin again?
Let me take a look at the rest of this wheel.
Yes,
please.
sorry. So you got the first 4 phases. You got quotes, actors and actresses, scores and soundtracks, androids, aliens, and wizards, villains, Disney Plus, and then the 2.
I don't want to tempt fate. Let me just do phase 2.
All right, so
All
phase
right.
2 it is. Kelsey, would you like to ask these questions, or would you like?
I would love to ask these questions for Chad
Great,
personally.
Cool. All right, cool.
Um,
All right, Kelsey, take it away. Phase 2.
Okay, phase 2. Here is your first question in phase 2, Chad. In which phase 2 film can you find the characters James Rhodey Rhodes, Happy Hogan, and Harley Keener?
And 5, 4,
Let me go
3.
Avengers
2.
Age of Ultron.
That is incorrect. We're going to have to take it over to Jake Tato now for the steal. I'll
Iron
go
Man 3.
repeat. Oh,
Oh, okay. Well,
any
not wasting any time. That is correct. Iron
Boy,
Man 3
nailed
is
it.
correct.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Steal.
That was
No,
great.
it's okay.
I just
No, it's
remembered who
okay.
Harley is. and
Jake,
I'm
Jake
still admitting-
making redemption for the last match that no one ever saw, where he said that Shane Black directed the first 2 Iron Man films, making redemption by guessing correctly on the Shane Black film. Moving on to
Let's
question
go.
2. Sorry, Jake, I had to.
Moving on to question 2. In Avengers Age of Ultron, after the battle between Hulk and the Hulkbuster, whose safe house do the Avengers seek refuge in?
Clint Barton.
That is correct for
That's
2
tying
points.
Tying it back up.
Alrighty, here is the third question in the category of phase 2. At the beginning of Ant-Man, who picks Scott Lang up from prison?
God, I don't know his full name, but I'm gonna just say
We'll take his
Luis,
first name.
his best friend, Luis.
That is correct.
correct.
We will definitely take his friend Luis.
I don't think we have a last name for Luis anyway, right?
I
not
don't think
believe
we have
so.
a last name for him either.
There you go.
And if we do, I'll be quite embarrassed because as the champion, I should know these things.
You're
Not to
good,
make
girl.
this about me. Here's question number 4, Chad. What phase 2 film was directed by Sean Gunn?
James Gunn. Sorry, James Gunn. Sean Gunn's brother.
Hero, none of them.
Holy shit. Who double checks these things? Let's do a take 2 on that. Rewind.
2 directed by James Gunn would be Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 1.
Yes,
That is correct.
that is
Yes.
correct. Oh my God.
Okay. That's why there's 2 of us, Kels.
And here is your last question in the realm of phase 2, Chad. In what European city does the final battle of Thor the Dark World take place?
Everyone's favorite MCU film.
Collectively, yes, I think we can agree. That is top of the pops.
European city. Let me go multiple choice for this one.
Is it A, London, B, Paris, C, Amsterdam, or D, Rome?
In 5, 4, 3, 2,
Rome.
1.
That is incorrect. I will repeat the question and the options for Jake before he just spits out an answer now. In what European city does the final battle of Thor the Dark World take place? A, London, B, Paris, C, Amsterdam, or D, Rome?
Amsterdam.
It is
also
also incorrect. We were looking for London.
London. Interesting. Cool. All right. So Chad with a very strong round 2, taking the total to 15
Good
to
question.
11, and moving on to Jake's
I don't remember
real
that
spin.
part at all.
I don't remember that movie at all.
Hey,
I was about to
fair
say.
enough.
I
Fair enough.
I don't think many do.
Does
And
anybody remember that movie?
Is that gonna be what's gonna be? It's right on line. Scores and soundtracks. That's what the wheel says. Jake would looks like he wants to spin again. All right.
Yes,
Let's
please.
spin again.
the category Chad was probably looking for?
Yeah, I'm
Chad's
glad
on
you
there.
said that after, but he already spun one anyways.
Oh well, Tato's going to get his pick here. He gets I Am Iron Man, which is Spinner's choice. So Tato, I removed the wheel. I probably should have left that up for you. You have, I already deleted it, but we do have phases 1 through 4, villains. Or sorry, you don't have phase 2, but phases 1, 3, 4, villains, Disney Plus, aliens, androids, and wizards, actors and actresses, scores and soundtracks.
Disney Plus?
I said Disney Plus, I think.
Oh.
Right? Did I? Oh, I don't know. And quotes. Sorry.
He loves them all equally. That's why.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Wow.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna go Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. All right, Disney Plus,
All right.
otherwise known as Disney Plus. I'll be asking those questions in Disney Plus. And here we go, Tato. Your first question. In episode 2 of WandaVision, Don't Touch That Dial, what do Wanda and Vision do for the talent show for the children?
Magic.
That is correct. Magic is correct. They do a magic show, taking his total up to 13. Question 2. In Moon Knight, what is the name of the god that Mark Spector is the avatar for?
Khonshu.
Khonshu is correct, which means he ties it up 15 apiece. And moving on to the next question. In episode 3 of What If, the world lost its mightiest heroes, who is revealed to have killed all 6 of the original Avengers?
Hank Pym.
That is correct. That devious Michael Douglas is the killer in that episode. Sorry if we spoiled it for you. Question 4. In the Zombies episode of What If, who is the first of the original 6 Avengers we see as a zombie? And 5.
Tony Stark.
A big poll. That is correct for 2 points. Tony Stark is the first one we see as a zombie. Moving on to your 5th and final question in the round of Disney Plus. In episode 1 of Loki, titled Glorious Purpose, where does Loki crash land after taking the Tesseract in Avengers Endgame?
Feel free to ignore me. Are you looking for a type of location or specific location?
Specific.
Specific
all
location.
4 multiple choices are the same type of location. We're looking for this specific one. And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Multiple choice, please.
Multiple choice. Is it A, the Gobi Desert, B, the Mojave Desert, C, the Sahara Desert, or D, the Arabian Desert? It is a desert, I promise.
I promise that's what would have followed if you said just general. The Mojave.
That is incorrect. So we're going to go to Chad with a potential 1-point steal. I'll repeat the question and the options. In episode 1 of Loki, titled Glorious Purpose, where does Loki crash land after taking the Tesseract in Avengers Endgame? Is it A, the Gobi Desert, B, the Mojave Desert, C, the Sahara Desert, or D, the Arabian Desert?
I'm going to go with Sahara.
That is also incorrect. We were looking for
Gobi.
the Gobi Desert. The Gobi Desert. That's a fun thing to say 3 times. Gobi, Gobi, Gobi. And we'll keep the score here at 19-15. So a 4-point lead for Tato, which gives Chad a lot of ground to make up on for round 3. It's not out of the realm of possibility. A 4-point lead. And we're going into round 3. How round 3 will work, you will all select 3 numbers from 1 to 15, which will correlate to 3 questions. First one's mild difficulty, 2 points. Second question's medium difficulty, 3 points. And the third question's hard difficulty, 5 points. Player with the most points at the end will win, unless it is tied, which is a possibility. Then a sudden death showdown will occur. Tato still has 2 repeats left. Chad still has 3 repeats left. And you both still have a challenge, since Chad's challenge earlier was successful. All right, so Tato, you are in the lead. You will get to pick your 3 numbers first. From 1 to 15, what do you want?
3, 8, 13.
3, 8, and 13. All right, Chad, what would you like for your 3 numbers?
I'm gonna pull an Alan Shepard here. If you know him, you know him. If man is 5 and the devil is 6, then God is 7.
All right, 5, 6, 7. I'm assuming is your order there.
Let's see
All
some.
right, so Chad, we're going to start with you. Kelsey will be asking you your 2-pointer in the 5th category, which is her favorite quotes. Quotes.
Awesome.
is her
I love
favorite
when people
category.
pick this category. All right, here is your 2-point question, Chad. Who says, "I'll do you one better"? Why is Gamora in Avengers Infinity War?
That would be Drax.
That would be
And that would be correct.
and he takes the lead down
Funniest
to
character in the MCU.
narrows the gap to 2 points. Moving on to the 3-point question in category 6, which is Captain America. Captain
Oof.
America.
Alrighty, the 3-pointer in
Uh-oh.
Captain America. In Captain America Civil War, who says the line, "Something just flew in me"?
Oh, that would be Scott Lang, Ant-Man.
That is
Somehow
correct.
still a quotes question
And it
in
was
the
Vision
Captain
that
America.
flew in him.
Yep. So now we're bouncing back to Tato, who will have to answer a question to force Chad to hit his 5. So Chad has avoided the TKO, and we'll go back to Tato for his 2-pointer in the realm of Phase 1. Phase 1, going all the way back. All right. Your question in Phase 1, your 2-pointer. In which Phase 1 film does Stan Lee make his first cameo in the MCU?
Iron Man.
Iron Man is correct. You never know. Someone might have thought that was a trick
Nice.
question. So now we've taken
Yeah.
the lead up.
Had me
back to
thinking for a
1,
minute.
right? And now moving on to Chad's 5-pointer to keep it alive and to make Tato hit a few questions now to basically force his 5. We'll be asking Chad a question. Kelsey will be asking Chad a question in category 7, which corresponds to the almighty Thor. Thor. All right, Kelsey, the 5-pointer in
Alrighty.
the category Thor.
Here it is. Here's the 5-pointer in the category of Thor. What is the name of the Grandmaster's cousin who he melts with the smelt stick in Thor Ragnarok?
No fucking way I'm getting this. The Grandmaster's cousin. And it's like somebody's like actual name.
We're
Probably.
only looking for one name, not a full name. Just
Oh.
and
I'm gonna give up here. I'll just
3,
Frank.
2.
Final answer.
And your winner, and actually winning where people can actually see it, Jake Tato. He's finally won a match where people can actually watch him win the match. The correct answer we were looking for was Carlo. Carlo.
I pardon you from life.
Carl in my head. Holy shit.
There you go. That's not
That would have been crazy.
It would've been
If he had
close.
said Carl, I would have
fought Dylan to be like, should we count it?
But the final score here
Oh,
is Tato 21, Chad 20. I mean, that is such a great competitive match. I mean, Chad, for coming in last minute and replacing Brian and doing this match on a whim and coming literally 1-0 in your brain away from potentially winning this match. I mean, going through that round 1 like nobody's business. Round 2 was really, really nice to see you perform there. How do you feel in your not victory, but in your valiant effort?
Yeah, we made it really close here. I was between Last Crusade and Raiders. I should have gone with the simple answer of Raiders. That's the one people would probably bring up and reference in a movie. But then you said like church, and I was like, it's more of a church movie. Is like them finding the Holy Grail in Last Crusade. So I don't know. I was going like deep with it, and I should have went simple. And that would have maybe given me a perfect round. But even still, then with the quantum one, I felt kind of weird about that one. Because I mean, it is the quantum realm. I was between realm and zone, and then I said zone like an idiot. But it kind of worked in my favor when I challenged it. And then going to through that round 2, I did really, really well. It's just I didn't know London because I don't know Thor: The Dark World that well. And then I knew the Iron Man one. You said Harley, and then I was sitting there thinking, I was sitting there like, is it Iron Man 2? And I was like all over the place in my head, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. And then I was like, after you said it and he said Iron Man 3, I went, oh, that's the fucking kid, of course. It's not a girl like I thought it was. And then, you know, it is what it is. Tato does really, really well in round 2s. And so, you know, as soon as he was very confident selecting Disney Plus, I knew he was probably going to bang it out. And then, yeah, I did really well in round 3, despite missing the 5. But, you know, the 5 was really hard. And, you know, if you're going to beat, like I said, if you're going to beat Tato these days, you got to bring your A game and you can't miss. So there you go.
I agree. Well, you did really, really excellently, Chad, especially on short notice. I would never come close to that. I don't think Kelsey would have either, and she's the champ. Tato.
Okay, well,
sorry, Kelsey. sorry.
Seems like a dig at me.
We got to ask Tato, the man of the hour. I mean, you came to play again. You were 1 point away from a perfect round, just like Chad. And round 2, you navigated really well, except for that Gobi Desert question. I mean, how do you feel about your performance now? They didn't get to see your first one, but this is 2 wins in a row for you in the same week. So
yeah, what's your secret, Jake?
I like these movies, and since
Fair
in sobriety, they're all I have. It's a rough shake for old Tato sometimes. No, I really do. This is kind of my best slice in geek. And I feel pretty good about these films. Obviously not infallible, can miss questions. But yeah, it feels good, and I'm excited to see where I go in this league.
Yeah,
me too.
We're all proud of you, Tato. By the way,
yes, Thank you. Tato, do you have anyone you got your eyes on in this league that you'd like to compete against, or are you just along for the ride? Kelsey, is that Kelsey?
Me?
I mean, obviously that's the road that I'm headed on. So when I get there,
so we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you've both played. You were both undefeated, so maybe that match will happen sooner than we think. Maybe it'll happen sooner than we think. You continue along this road.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Chad, who are you looking at next? Anyone you got your eyes on? I mean, a big list of rookies came in. A lot of people interested.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, the one that I've really been wanting to play for a while now is Kevin Poss. Just because I love that guy, and it would be kind of really fun. So I want to play Kevin, I think, most of all. He's the one that pops into my head most, yeah.
Well, Chad, I'll tell you, Kevin wants to play you. So I think our next match with Chad and Kevin is going to have to be Chad and Kevin. And I know that for a fact because even in the match that got erased from history, he still wanted to shout you out. So this is twice now he's giving you that shout.
And I also know I was supposed to play Matt at some point. I think he called me out. So I might have a couple of matches at some point.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll
everyone
just have
wants a piece of Chad.
Yeah, maybe we'll have you play like
I got to study up.
Play multiple people in one day. Who knows? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, we're really excited for the rookies we got coming in. I mean, if Jake and Vape Beyond and even Kevin and and Hunter, all the rookies we've gotten this year, if they're any reminiscent of the other rookies we got coming up, it's going to be a deadly season. I know that. But we got some great competitors, and these are 2 of our finest and 2 of our most respectful too. It's really nice to see just good-hearted competition.
I love Tato. He's great.
Yes,
I love
we love you both. Thank you guys so much. I mean, Chad, we know where to find you. You can find Chad if you scroll back a few hours on Picture This, Draft Day, all those shows, Harry Potter. But Tato, where can they find you?
TMG, I'm doing debate there over at the Battleground, and in the Team Geek tournament. Chad, sorry. And I'm also over at Penry Confidentials, Pad, and over at the Pierce Co.
Cool.
Things.
Cool. All right. Well, that's it for now. We're going to move on to some fun stuff. But until then, this was Kelsey, Dill, Chad, Tato with the second MCU match. A very well fought, very awesome match. We'll see y'all very soon. I'm going to give an outro here.